Hi, I'm Phil Christensen with the Sacramento chapter, and you're watching EOtv.
Hi, welcome to EOtv. I'm Randall Mauricio, but I'm sure you already knew that.
Yes, and if you're not great with names, I'm Terry Apostle, and this is your full EOtv webcast.
We hope everyone out there had a great Thanksgiving. It was nice to have a little break last week, mainly because we finally got to put Andrea Collins back to work.
But I don't think she was complaining. It was nice to see her back on the EO set, and she'll be here again next week, too.
She absolutely will be. But enough about the future. Today we have a lot of information to get into this one cast, including how to play the moolah game and deal with debt.
We also find out how to improve the relationship between employers and employees. So let's get started.
Keeping debt low and managing our finances are things we all strive to do in our business lives, but it's a challenge meeting financial goals year after year. Rich Russikoff and Mary Goodman are co-owners of Bottom Line Up Enterprises, offering financial and operational consulting. They share a few rules for seasoned entrepreneurs to help stay financially current and effective as business owners.
Their first rule, get connected to your money. You want to think of the title CEO as an acronym for cash, equity, and operations. It's the job of business leaders to make sure the company has enough cash to meet its obligations, including building equity and maximizing profits through operational efficiency and excellence. Re-examine your large and past due receivables often and in detail. Try to pay off or renegotiate past due debts, especially if interest is a factor. Even if you have to start with the smallest amount or negotiate a payment plan, looking at past due debts and building a concrete plan to pay it off should be your first priority.
Secondly, don't be done with debt. Now might not be the time to consider taking on more debt, especially with loans from big banks. Concentrate on debt reduction by focusing on getting your cash flow positive first and not adding to debt in the process. Staying current on your payables and prioritizing your balances by size. And pay as much as possible to the smallest balance. When that's paid off, roll that payment amount into the next smallest balance. These steps can be used at home or work.
Rule number 3, dump waste. Even the smallest amount erodes profit. Know the impact it has on your bottom line. If you have a 10% profit margin, for every $1,000 in wasted expenses, such as unused office supplies or expensive courier services, you have to generate $10,000 in additional sales just to break even. Set goals for expenditures based on your company's profit and loss expense line. Display that range for all your employees to see so that everyone can work together to track expenditures and make sure you don't exceed your goal.
Finally, add value. Go deeper with your customers. Dig as deep as you can. When talking to your clients, use specific and disciplined dialogue. What can we do to make it easier for you to do business with us? What can we do to create a better buying experience for you? What are other problems you have? Try not to just sell your products or services to solve their problems. Doing this is necessary to identifying your niche and the needs of your client. So if you're interested in finding out more about the services offered at Bottom Line Up Enterprises, visit bottomlineupenterprises.com.
Entrepreneurs learn by doing, or so says Gary Cohen, owner of CO2 Partners and author of the book Just Ask Leadership. He says while entrepreneurs may learn from and inspire employees by taking aggressive action, they often miss the opportunity to truly lead and learn from others. Gary created the Just Ask Leadership approach, helping business owners engage and motivate employees. His approach is to simply ask employees open-ended questions to business-related challenges and to trust them to step up to meet them. Gary has a few tips for EO members.
First, don't ask questions unless you genuinely want to know the answer. As a business leader, your role is to motivate others to fulfill the organization's vision. What would motivate you more? Being asked for your opinion or being told what to do? If you're like most people, you'd prefer to be asked. In fact, 95% of the people Gary surveyed agreed.
Second, you also want to trust your team. The simplest way to build trust is to trust others. If you demonstrate trust in your peers and employees, they will be more likely to trust you. To do this, ask more and command less. And don't forget, listening demonstrates trust too.
Thirdly, don't provide the answer if your employee is responsible for the decision. Gary says sometimes it's hard to refrain from an opportunity